I should have just started then whilst you were fingering the pop filter.
How rude.
There we go.
Dirty.
There's the intro. Welcome to Hotfix. That is the worst intro we've ever done. But we're back again. It's another week. It's another Thursday, which means this won't come out until Friday because, well, hospital stuff. My kid, she's been upgraded. She's been upgraded. This is why it's been delayed recorded. She is no longer in an incubator. She's now in a crib, a little cot thing. It's basically a plastic bucket.
She's soon to be on MTV cribs. Is it that kind of crib?
It's nowhere near that nice. No, it's literally a see-through plastic bucket on a stand. It's not.
And
it's
it's
not
just for the
high
win.
But yeah, she's been moved, which is good because if she's okay for the next few days, then she might be able to come home in a couple of weeks. Because then my wife gets to go and live at the hospital for a week and a half.
What a holiday!
Bad. It's going to be real bad. I'm not living there. I'm staying
man.
here. Got stuff to do. Got the dogs to take care of. Got Hotfix to record.
Well,
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is Hotfix, our weekly video game industry, various topics, laser focused video game podcast. I already said video game, but I'm going to say it again. And it is supported by the delightful people at Patreon, whose stylosis we'll tell you about now.
yes, I would like to thank Billy the Boy Tudor, Col for the support, Zone Z1 Joker for the support. See, I can never read names that are like words that are together because I see it as one singular word and I attempt to read it out.
I do that.
But
I do that.
It's like there were multiple words there. But yeah, thanks for the support, ladies and gentlemen. And make sure if you enjoy Hotfix and podcast when that does come back, go to patreon.com/Hotfix and support the show. Even $1 helps a shitload, all right? And make sure you tell your granny as well.
And it's up there. I'm remembering to point from the other direction now. It's up there, and it's also down
up there, lad.
there, down there. I don't know what that is. Anyway, there's been a fuss recently. We're just going to go straight into it. There's been a fuss, a big fuss, a monumental cacophony, a fracas, if you will, over
a shitstorm of godlike, universally insurmountable gravitonic wave. I don't know where I'm going with it. Gravitonic wave is nothing. That's someone from Star Trek.
Yeah.
Gravity waves were detected, but that's something different. That's not a gravitonic wave, whatever the fuck that is.
Reverse the polarity.
Graviton cannon.
The gravitonic wave.
What's that, mate? Some bullshit Centurions with the fucking grabs and grab amps. Anyway,
there's been uproar because we all know that YouTube has some teething issues. After all, it's a young platform, YouTube. There's bound to be problems.
Yes, with a small company behind it.
Wait. So there's been a massive uprising of people who are not happy with the current kind of, I was going to say content ID system, copyright system. Why don't you explain what those are and what the difference is between them?
Well, basically, essentially nothing's changed. All that's happening is it's getting more and more abused. So for a while, I say for a while, since basically the content ID system became a thing, anybody can claim a video, right? So Kiri could make a company or whatever, and he could come onto my video, like my super hot video I made, right? And be like, I own this video, right? And he can do that straight away. Now, what happens there is YouTube says, oh, okay, Kiri owns the video, right? Doesn't check at all. It just says, okay, Kiri must own the video because he's claimed it, yeah? So that video, all of the ad money it makes goes to Kiri. Now, Kiri has got, I think, like a 30-day period to respond. So if I see this and I'm like, hey, you know what? This is bullshit. I'm going to fucking click the you can dispute the claim. That gets disputed. Now that flags it up to YouTube, and YouTube are like, oh, okay then. So it's been disputed. Now Kiri's got to do something. He either says, oh, okay, it was a false claim on my part. Sorry. Or he ignores it. Now these wankers ignore it because they want a full month plus of ad revenue. Now here's the real big kicker. Kiri gets the money for that video. I do not get the money back. So even if I, after the month goes by, YouTube eventually gives me the video back and gives me the monetization of the video back, they do not give me the ad revenue. They've already give that to Kiri. This is the biggest problem, because what's happening now is, what's that guy? He was on the top of Reddit today, the angry something. I hate everything.
I
that
hate
guy.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, he highlighted the issue now. What companies are doing, shady companies, are finding videos that are going viral and immediately claiming them. Because they know if a video is viral, it's getting shitloads of views. It's not worth doing it to a unit loss video. It would be if, you know, my Overwatch video, these
Tracer, yeah.
If that was going crazy, yeah, and somebody claimed that, well, I'd make no money off that. Even though it did very, very well, like view-wise and impressions-wise, so it's going to earn more money off ads. But there are companies that systematically go around and do this, and it is terrible because YouTube give you no protection. Now, to take this off on a little bit of a tangent, you have things called MCNs on YouTube, like multi-channel networks. We belong to Polaris, which is owned by Maker, which is owned by Disney. They do nothing. They're supposed to protect you from this. Now, if I just take you into the back end of the YouTube account, right, and let's go here. Let's play the Beginner's Guide, new game from the Stanley Parable creator. This was claimed quite recently, actually. It was claimed last week. This says, CD Baby has claimed it, and they claim the content Ryan Roth. It's nothing. It's like nothing. Like you search for it, you find it, you're nothing. I think the I Hate Everything, he actually did Google the company's names and was like, what the fuck? And the company that he Googled is known for it. But then it gets even filthier because people, you guys might remember me talking about this. This was a Homeworld, well, it's Homeworld Remastered Collection gameplay, B-roll footage, which was given out to YouTubers to upload to their channel, and they could comment on it, which I did. But Rooster Teeth claimed this, and I issued a thing back to them and tried to contact them, and they ignored me. But actually, they've still got the claim. They own this video, which has got like, I don't think it's got too many views. Let me just check. It's got nearly 18,000 views on it. Okay, that video though is claimed by Rooster Teeth LLC for the channel The No. That's what it says. They make money off that video, not me. But it's nothing to do with them. And I filed a dispute, but they haven't sorted it out. So while you can say, okay, there's these wanker companies going around, every fucker is at this. And this is the biggest problem because it ain't policed. Anybody can just be like, right, you know what? I'm just going to claim videos, set up a fucking fake shell of a company and just claim videos all day long. And I'm earning money off creators. The biggest problem YouTube has got is it is not awarding the backdated money. If it awarded the backdated money, it would be fine because everybody knows these are false. And when somebody at YouTube eventually gets around to looking at it, that it's quite clear it's false, you get the money back. I appreciate YouTube is a massive platform. Billions and billions of hours of video and God knows what. You can't do that. You can't have people sitting there. They have to employ the fucking world just to even do that, yeah? So you need an automated system, and that's fine, I get that. But what they're very shit at is they don't have the human element when it's required. Like if major channels are getting hit, you would think, right, there's only a certain number of channels who are getting considerable views, or they would know videos that are getting considerable views on a certain day. Why aren't they putting their attention on those? It's just a shit show, and it's an absolute shit show. It's just an absolute shit show. And it goes into the thing of fair use as well, which is what where you can get into now.
Well, it's also, it's not just the fact that people can do this, that they can just go in and claim any old video. And in the case of I Hate Everything, one of the claims they put on the video that he was specifically talking about in his latest update where he talks about this, they claim that he used a song from an artist who has his own YouTube channel. And this artist has made his own song, he's made his own video, it's on his own YouTube channel, and this company not only claimed I Hate Everything's video, but they claimed it twice. Once for visual content, and once for audio content, saying that they owned the right to someone else's original song that they don't own the rights to. So not only did they claim the video like falsely in two separate ways, but in the second way, they claimed it based on the assertion that they owned the audio content, which they didn't own, and which wasn't in the video. So that's even extra layers of intentional trying to fuck people over, because you cannot accidentally claim that first someone used a song that you own when they didn't. You can't claim, oh well, I thought it was, when there's no song even there. And then you can't claim, and it was this person's song, when you have no right to their music. right?
And
That
also,
is
it tells you if it's a
unbelievable.
manual claim as well. So
Yes.
if it's manual, it means that they like. I mean, in the example of where I've just got rid of it. Hang on, the Rooster Teeth one on the thingy. If I go there and check that, it doesn't say it's a manual copyright claim. It's just like it's been, for whatever reason, they've decided to upload the Homeworld remastered B-roll footage to their fucking copyright backend, and then so YouTube's claiming all the money for them, which is bullshit.
I'd imagine they put
manual,
just everything in there. Every video upload goes into that system, and so
that's what's happened.
If you get the whole lot, but the fact that they don't respond is totally shit. No, it's like
they should have fixed it for me. What's happened here is you're totally right. They've put all their videos into the system, and because this is B-roll footage that's been given out to a load of channels, they've obviously used the footage. I've used the footage. It's a visual match because it's the exact same footage. It would be, right? So that's like an honest mistake. But then that's fine. They need to be able to react to this and then deal with it because it's an honest mistake. You can say some of them, maybe they are honest mistakes. But when it's a manual claim, like with the I Hate Everything guy, and it's a part of the video where there's nothing to do with anything, there's no music playing yet, they're trying to claim music on behalf of another guy to make money. It's just completely
who doesn't know they
system,
exist
and the system
as well.
Is fucked.
No, that was the thing that I really
liked.
Is, about that example was the fact that he got in touch with the guy in this. It's
Twitter,
like, this is his guy's song. This is where it is. And he was like, dude, what the hell is this? You're like, do you know anything about this? And that guy's going, no, apparently they've been doing that to lots of people and they keep doing it to me.
So fair use comes into this as well. Because fair use, you can use existing works of whatever in like critical manners, and you can't just straight upload it. But I'm really trying to understand. But you can't just take a film and upload it. But you can take sections of a film and produce a review on it, because it's what is it? Not deformative. It's a
transformative work, isn't it?
Transformative work, yeah. So you're using it, but you're not straight uploading it, sort of thing. You're not just straight copying it. You're using it. I mean, that's what Unit Lost does every day, yeah. Right. So we use games and we take bits of them and we turn them into all the videos and stuff like that. Now, this is where it gets a bit shit, because you will still get these claims slammed against you, even if you've used a bit of like the Lord of the Rings soundtrack, a few seconds just for something. I don't know why, but that's it. It's been claimed and go away, and you can't get rid of it. It's like, well, okay, it actually is. It's not a legal claim because it comes under fair use, but YouTube doesn't differentiate between this. It just doesn't care. YouTube needs to be held accountable for this. They're the only ones who can fix this. I mean, there's that guy, the video game attorney. I've seen posts from him on Reddit and stuff like that. And there's, guys saying things like, this is, in any other like legal sector, this would be grounds for a class action major lawsuit against them, because what they're doing is fucking wrong. It's wrong. It's so wrong. But YouTube, like you know what? YouTube are really frightened with copyright. They're frightened. They're shit scared, right? Shit scared of the major like movie studios and record labels and all of that shit. This is why they decided to allow MCNs, yeah. So you could become part of a network, because then that means YouTube don't have to deal with the copyright. The network has to deal with the copyright. But now the networks don't give a shit about the copyright, because everybody, or almost everyone in the gaming industry, will allow videos to be made on their game because they want the footage. They want the advertising. So these networks are pointless. But then what they should protect you against are these wankers who are doing false claims, but they don't. And it's a disaster show.
It's a blanket system that punishes the wrong people, and like there's so many examples of it. I mean, we've had stuff claimed before in the past that has been absolutely fine. I mean, the Rooster Teeth example alone, we were given permission to upload that footage. They don't own that footage. Mm-hmm. They were given that footage by the studio, and the studio said, upload this and talk over it if you want to. They did it, we did it, but we got punished for doing it by them, even though they have no right to it.
And they didn't mean to punish us.
They didn't mean to, but because it's such an indiscriminate system, the automated side of it, that's a severe problem. The manual side of it is just as a severe problem because you can just file bullshit copyright claims all the time, and it's the claims
There's no protection. There's no protection at all for the creators. And you were telling me just before we went live about a channel that got took down.
Team 4-Star. Team 4-Star, who do it's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged series they started doing, and now they do loads of content. I've never watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, so I don't really know what it's about.
Those guys, though, but those guys, right, are a major YouTube channel, millions of subs. Fucking come on, right?
Yeah.
If they can just be wiped out, okay, they've come back, but to be wiped out like that would be it would be the worst day of my life if I woke up and the
Yeah.
YouTube channel was gone, and I'd be like, what?
And the thing
And,
is,
and then it's like, oh, that's because Billy Bob fucking Industries has decided that no, they own this video, this video, and this video, so you've got copyright strikes now because of advance from claim, so your channel's gone. It's so it was a very precarious position just having a YouTube channel, but now there's Twitch. It isn't too bad, but still,
they also did say as well that they don't know why. Like, the channel got taken down. YouTube didn't communicate.
They don't know why.
YouTube didn't communicate why it had gone down. It wasn't until a massive uproar and a massive fuss was kicked up about the fact that suddenly their YouTube channel was gone. They weren't told why the channel was gone. All it said when you went to their channel was that this channel has been removed due to multiple copyright infringements. Did it say from who? Were they told from who? How it happened? Why it happened? How many times it happened? No, they weren't told anything. I mean, that's dire.
This Homeworld Remastered video, 18,000 views, your estimated revenue, $0. That made no money. You got 18,000 views. That's not like nothing. You know what I mean?
Rooster Teeth did, which is really irritating.
But Rooster Teeth,
Rooster Teeth. But
yeah, it's not like they need 18,000 fucking views worth of cash, is it? When they're getting millions, but it's like that.
The thing is, that's an example of maybe it's Dragon Ball abridged. Actually, that's sorry from Team 4-Star, not you go. But that's kind of like that's one example of it. But there's also the fact that there is no punishment for doing this.
No.
That's just as bad as the fact that you can do it. Is the fact that these companies can just keep doing it, and they can keep literally stealing money from you on the basis of like an illegal action, and nothing gets done. It's literally nothing. And so you've got these big companies like, I mean, look at Nintendo. I mean, Jim Sterling talked about this in, was it this? It wasn't this week's Jim Position, it was last week's. He used like 3 seconds of a Splatoon trailer in his Jim Inquisition.
Nintendo kill you for anything,
yeah,
any amount. It's crazy, but that's not even legal.
Yeah. It was transformative. It wasn't even just game. It wasn't like they took their entire video and uploaded it.
Don't tell Nintendo, but they allowed me to upload a video on Splatoon. A whole video on the game, and it didn't even claim it.
It's ridiculous.
I think they did. Oh shit! I've got to check this. I think they did. I bet they're watching. Oh shit! No, don't kill me, man.
3 seconds of footage. Fair use is not like, it's not an idea. It's not like someone came up with it and was like, yeah, we should try and make fair use a thing. It's part of law. It exists. It's something that is binding. You cannot just ignore fair use. But YouTube does. It talks about it in the community guidelines. It talks about how when you make a channel, it's like, this is what's allowed under fair use. People use stuff under fair use all the time. And then they get shit claimed by people who made the original thing going, no, they uploaded the entire video that I made. No, they didn't. They uploaded 3 seconds of it without sound in a small window next to their face. And the thing is, the thing that really pisses me off, like unbelievably, I didn't really realise until like this last couple of weeks. Do you remember reaction girls? They were a big problem for a while. Where the search algorithm on YouTube meant that if you replied to a video, you could reply to a video. Yeah, so that was it. Reply girls, sorry, yeah. Reaction channels.
Tits out and all that shit. Yeah.
Reaction channels are now a thing. Where a guy gets his laptop, he gets a video, he downloads it off YouTube, obviously. He then records himself in like the main window and then has the video playing in a small window, or in some cases, the original video is playing just full screen with his face in just like the bottom in a little rectangle. They play the video in full and watch it and record their reaction to it. Now
that's not legal.
No. Now the absolutely unbelievable fucked up thing about this is there's a YouTuber called Grade A Under A, I think it is. Yeah, it's Grade A Under A. He does videos where he just talks about like stuff that's going on YouTube, like sort of comedy stuff and serious stuff as well. And he had a massive thing out for reaction channels because, as he put it, they're shit content, which I absolutely 100% agree with. They are shit content. And one of the fucking guys that he called out in the video, he used I don't even know if it was 3 seconds of footage. It might not have been that much, where it just showed the guy's face and showed like a fraction of him reacting to another video where he literally sat in silence with a video playing full screen on the laptop. Grade A underage video got fucking claimed by that guy for taking his video, but the guy who made that, who reacted to the original video, he just gets away with it. Like, he can take entire videos. Like, these channels are taking entire videos. They're watching them through in their entirety. Like, you could have a half-hour video, and they will just watch the whole thing, record their own stupid face in the corner, upload it, and then go, "Oh no, fair use, bruv, fair use, bruv," and they can get away with it. Jim Sterling puts 3 seconds of Splatoon in a fucking Jimquisition, which has nothing to do with Splatoon. It's just an example of a game, and he gets claimed by Nintendo. Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't understand how they are even a thing, because what you've just explained to me there is that full screen reaction thing, watching the entire video back. That's not transformative in any way. Okay, so you got your camera and you're talking over it, but you can't. I couldn't just upload fucking Return of the King and sit there in the corner going, "Oh, I didn't like that bit." Oh, no, you can't just you could use bits of the film, like small segments cut together and transformed, and then used in a different work, like a review. You can't just upload. YouTube's a shit show, right? Hang on, YouTube is a fucking shit show, right? I don't know what's going to happen with this, because it is a massive copyright shithole, YouTube is, and something needs to be done, right? Protection needs to be there for creators. They need to come down and be like, right, this is it. These are the law. They know what the law is, but they just don't want to enforce it in a way that comes back on them. The problem is you're on their platform, but then their argument will be, well, it comes down to the end user end user license agreement, where it's up to you actually. If you want to upload copyright stuff, it's not YouTube's fault, it's your fault. So it's not YouTube who are held accountable. That's all right for fucking dickhead Don, who's sitting there with no YouTube channel. But if you're a partner channel on fucking YouTube and they are allowing you to make money off that kind of shit, they need to be fucked. Oh, I hate YouTube. It's crazy. Terrible. I fucking hate YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in fair, well, it's one of those things where up to a point, this is the thing. I think this is what's happened just in general. Up to a point, it's like, well, I don't like this, but you just got to deal with it as best you can. I think now it's got to the point where enough channels, enough people have just sort of gone, I don't want to put up with this and deal with it the best I can. This is bullshit.
You know what's happened? I think channels have got bigger. So I think YouTube's matured a bit now. So the bigger channels now, they're not actually just like one guy in his bedroom or any of that shit. They're companies now, and they've got money behind them, and so they can actually, and they're becoming more like business-wise, I guess, because almost every YouTube channel starts off as a guy thinking, or a girl or whatever, thinking, "Hey, I'd just like to make videos on this," and then they do it, whatever that might be. That's the whole beauty of YouTube. Anyone can just become, a content creator. But then the problem is when they start earning money and things get. I mean, it's very sketchy. YouTubers. I mean, this goes into all the other shit. Remember the problems with branded content, sponsored content.
Yeah.
There's a video from Markiplier on his channel that EA promoted. Yeah, I don't watch Markiplier's channel. Yeah, I seen a video. Because for some reason I follow EA on Twitter. They don't never say anything.
I do.
Anyway, it popped up and it was like, it popped up and it said, "Oh look, Markiplier or whatever his name is plays Battlefront. Oh, and he's really great at the game or something." But he didn't say anything about sponsored. He didn't say anything like that, which is like, all right, that's probably a grey area because they're not the ones who've made it. They're just innocently pretending to have found this video, which is dodgy. It's like, oh, look, we found this video from Mark. You go to his video, doesn't say anything about it being sponsored in the title, in the description. At the start of the video, he says, "EA have paid me to make this video, and I'm going to give $10,000 of the money," which isn't all of it, "away to the charity," right? That's what he said. But by law, by American law, you have to have the annotation. It has to physically say on screen. You have to put it in the title, and you have to put it in the description. He has done none of that. Okay, he has said, yeah, it's a branded video. Fine. You remember Franken fucking whatever his name was? He was being a... Like, because if Markiplier put a video on his channel and said, branded, or I've been paid for this in the title, or something correct, his audience, because they're younger on the whole, would just hate it. No, and then he gets bad feedback from the company he's worked with, so they won't get more money off them in the future.
It's one of the biggest. It's one of the biggest problems of YouTube is that in a way it's fantastic because you can make videos on whatever you like. And people, if you make them well, people will watch them. On the other hand, as you've said, it's shady as fuck.
I mean, fuck
They
me,
have
Glo. Do you know what I watch on YouTube? Yeah, I fucking watch a channel called GCN, Global Cycling Network, fucking road bikes, right? I watch GMBN, Global Mountain Biking Network, which is made by the same company, and they're really good. Like, they are really fucking good. If you watch their videos, they look really like, they're not long. Well, some of them are fairly long, but they're like, if you're into that, they're great. And I watch Warhammer Battle Report channels. That's basically all I watch on YouTube. You can only get that on YouTube.
Yeah.
No television channel would ever have, like, okay, there are like cycling channels, kind of, but it would not be specifically for mountain biking.
Yeah,
it would be like
that
extreme
focused,
sports
that
channel.
specific.
Yeah, and it would be all kinds of shit. Like, and it's like, to me, it's amazing. And when I have discussions with even people of my age who are not technologically savvy or whatever, maybe they've got a games console or whatever, they'll say things to me like, "Have you seen this on TV?" I don't even know. Or they'll say things like, "Have you heard of this band?" And I'm like, I've never heard of them." They're like, "Don't you listen to the radio?" I'm like, "No, because I listen to Spotify and I listen to music that's good, not shit crap that's being spewed out by some schmuckhead. And I watch what I want to watch.
Yeah.
I watch what my interests are. I don't go away and just sit and accept whatever's being said. It's crazy.
This is
But
the
yeah,
thing,
YouTube's good, but it's
like it is a
annoying
land
as
of
hell.
it is a land of freedom and opportunity where you can do pretty much whatever you like, provided it ain't pornographic or massively violent in content outside of games, obviously, because you can record whatever game you like. Pretty much, I think. I don't know if you can get away with like sex games. I've never tried it, funnily enough. But it's like you can find anything you want, even if all you want to do.
Twitch has a banned list of games.
Yeah,
But Twitch's banned list has got things like Hatred on, and Neandry Simulator, which are on YouTube. So
yeah, and it's like even if all you want to do is, going back to Rooster Teeth, is watch 6 idiots play a computer game. You can do that, and that's great, and I really love that about YouTube. But, and talking about not disclosing fucking branding deals, Rooster Teeth are dreadful for it. They're dire for it, especially the Achievement Hunter arm. They are fucking horrendous for it. At one point, I even said on this podcast where I was like, the new rules were put in place. It was specified you need to do this, and fair play to them. They do it. Do they shit? They did it for like 2 weeks, and then they got a bunch of.
And then they realise it's not enforced, so they don't care.
Yeah, not that long ago, you got a bunch of headsets from some headset company, and suddenly Facecam started appearing in videos. Now, the first couple of videos, it was thank you to Headset Maker for sponsoring this video. They said it. It was in the description. It was stated perfectly clearly everywhere. When the video was tweeted out, there was a little hashtag ad thing after it, and I was like, okay, fair enough. They've done multiple videos with those headsets on, with face cams that they wouldn't normally have, where you've only found out because there's a fucking line at the very bottom of the description, and it's right back to where they were. And it goes back to the fact that nothing is done to punish people who do this. No. Like, nothing is done to affect it. If you go to our channel and want to watch a sponsored video, you type sponsored in the fucking search bar, because every sponsored video we've ever done is listed right there, and we tell you in the title, in the description, and in the video itself, before the rules were even laid out. Before they're even set in stone, we did that. But sadly, we seem to be the massive minority, because you have massive channels who don't disclose any shit.
It's because the money is so crazy. Like, these guys have got really big, and then suddenly they're getting these massive 6-7 figure fucking brand deals or whatever, and they don't want to. They want the money, and and that's fair enough, okay, but they don't want to disclose it because they know what YouTube is like. The audience is like. They're they've got this serious aversion to you actually earning money, which I find crazy. I mean, the last couple of videos I made on I made the vlog video and the other video about I don't like your content and all that shit. You get these people who resent the fact. I think what it comes down to is they resent the fact you earn money doing what they would like to do. I think, but what they don't understand is this is not a case of just sitting down and playing a game and then haha. There's a shitload of work involved in it, and I did. You can't boil it down to that.
I saw a comment that was basically, "Oh well, the only reason you're doing this is because you're too lazy to get a real job." And I immediately thought to myself, Do you want to go? I mean, welcome back to the 1800s. What the fuck are you talking about? It's just that statement just means I don't like what I do, therefore you're not allowed to like what you do. That's all that means. It's
There was,
totally pointless.
You know, I think Jeff Robinson dealt with this really good. This was in Control. A guy
Yeah.
came up to him. It was like it was on a stream. I don't know what it was on, but some guy was like, "Fuck you, mate." I think it was on a stream. Yeah, I think it was on one of these esports talk shows from years ago. And a guy like, I think they were taking questions or something. I might have got some of the details wrong, but a guy calls in and he's like giving him like a load of, "Mate, you just fucking sit there and play games. You're a waste of space." And he sat there, and you know, me, I'd just tell the guy to fuck off and take him off the phone straight away. But he sat there and he went, "But I'm no different than like a football player." And the guy was like, "You fucking are, like, you fucking just sit there and play games." And he's like, "Do you think this is because you would like my job?" And it was dead good. It was dead good.
Yeah.
Like, and the guy was just destroyed on the phone, and he was like, "Oh, fuck you then," like, and then that was the end of it. But it makes total sense. It's crazy that people even think that. But like the original point of people being like, as soon as they know you're right, the way YouTube works is some people make videos and you watch the videos. You don't have to pay anything for the videos because you pay them by watching the adverts. That was the way it originally was set up, and it's fine. People obliviously go on about their day. Then adverts started to get blocked. So where YouTube channels would be like, "Okay, I'm going to earn this much money when I get this many views." Now that's not the case because they don't know how many ads. Well, you do know how many ads are being blocked, but it's a lot. It's a massively high percentage. But it depends on what your channel does. So if you're a PC gaming channel like us and you're focused on 25 to 35 age group, you're going to have a very high ad block user percentage. So you're going to lose a lot of money compared to somebody who is making Minecraft videos, for example, for kids or something. So the brand deal things come in, and these big channels, you can't blame them. Like, you can't blame them for being wankers and skirting around the subject and not dealing with it head on.
No.
Because the only one, I mean, you think about it, the only ones who deal with it head on are one-man operation channels. It'll be, it might have a few million subs or whatever, but it'll be just one guy on the channel, and they'll be like, "We always say our videos are sponsored." Rooster Teeth is a completely different entity. And Markiplier is a different entity because he is like tens of millions of subscribers. He's not just 2 million. He's going to have a management team and all of this. So they're going to say, "Hey, you don't have to do this. You'll make more money. Just carry on." They carry on and it's all fine. Anyway, I think we've gone off a bit from the fucking...
I was going to say, in a way, it is the fault of the people who do it. Not disclosing and claiming false copyright and all of this shit. It is their fault. But in another very real sense, it is also the fault of YouTube. Because they do not enforce anything.
At the end of the day, if you could walk into Forge World and just take anything off the shelf and walk off, and they weren't going to stop you, they're not going to call the police, what the fuck would you do?
Exactly. That's exactly. YouTube did nothing to stop it, and that's the problem. You should not be able to file hundreds of false copyright claims and get away with it.
Drove me to fucking whiskey.
You should. You should not, if you're the victim of that, see the money just disappear. Why isn't the money held in like an escrow account until it's decided who the rightful owner is? It's not. It's just given away. It's just given to the company that's claimed the video, which is, again, people doing it is shitty. The fact that YouTube allows it and does nothing to prevent it and does nothing to actually fix it and does nothing to make amends with the person who has suffered the fact that they've had their video claimed. That's all YouTube's fault. That's nothing to do with the person who's claiming or the person who has been, falsely accused or whatever, have their video taken away. It is all YouTube. They could fix it. If they wanted to fix it, they could fix it. But all they do is they put in a shit system that is open to abuse by any fucker with 5 minutes spare and an agenda. And as a result, Team 4-Star goes down. I Hate Everything has his video claimed. Grade A Under A has a video claimed. You have channels taken offline for no reason. I mean, do you remember a few years ago when Yogscast channel disappeared because YouTube said the channel was being operated by a minor?
Yeah.
I mean, we laughed at that. We laughed at that because it was like, that is fucking ridiculous. That is absolutely insane. How could that even happen? And yes, not even a couple of days ago, a channel with 2 million subs that's been on YouTube since 2008 or something got their channel taken down because people filed like spurious copyright claims on them, enough that they got automatically deleted and not even told why. It's all fucking YouTube. It's just, they're shit. They're just shit, and they're not doing anything about it. And the worst thing about all of this for me, not that long ago, going back to Jim Sterling again, he did a Jimquisition talking about the fact that there is now a system in place that you could protect certain videos. You know, there was a thing that YouTube were trialing where one of his videos on his channel is immune to it. You cannot copyright claim that video. It is immune to it. There is no way that you can take that video down or claim it's yours or claim the revenue from it. It is 100% Jim Sterling's, and there is nothing you can say that will persuade YouTube. Otherwise, it is immune from all of this shit. And I was like, that's pretty fucking good. They're taking steps. They're doing something about it. But now it's worse than ever. And that's not even a couple of months ago. Like, that might have been late last year I saw that video from him. And now, in February of 2016,
right,
it's like...
No content creator should be allowed to upload a video that's just immune to copyright claims, because
I think
might actually break copyright.
From what I remember, it was like a reviewed thing. So you provided
YouTube
the video,
looked at it. Yeah.
and it's like, okay, this guy he's used this footage in fair use. He's done this. It's all his work. Therefore, there is literally no way that it could be claimed because no one else has any rights to it, and we know that.
That still comes down to manpower, though, and also,
well, yeah, it does.
I remember a lot of fuss was made a couple of years ago about YouTube were going to bring in pre-monetization of videos. So what actually happened is you submitted a video for monetization review. Now, everybody went crazy. I actually spoke to the head of Maker about this, and I was getting really, like, because this would have killed Unit Lost, right, at the time. And I was like, I'm not giving this up. And I got through to this guy called Dar, his name was, and I just give it him straight. I was like, this is fucking bullshit. In the end, it didn't actually come to pass. But basically what happened is... YouTube were going to put this system in place where if I wanted to upload a video today of Super Hot, right, the embargo dropped at 2 p.m. So what I did was I made the video yesterday and I uploaded it today. Fine. However, YouTube wanted to bring in between 3 and 7 days of monetization review. So when you uploaded a video, YouTube had like a week to check the video to turn the ads on. So the video would be there and it wouldn't have the ads on. Now, the way around this, they said, is you've got to upload it in advance and put it as like a scheduled video for like a week in advance. The problem with that is you can't make reactionary videos anymore. No. So what would happen is if I'm not talking like a React video, like let's put some video on the screen. Like, you know, if a hot topic comes out and it's like, wow, we need to make a video on this, you couldn't. Because you wouldn't make no money off it. And it was like, what the hell? And the way everyone thought of getting around this was to become a managed channel. But it turned out you didn't need that and all this other shit. And it never came to pass because I think YouTube, even though they're stupid bastards, must have realised, you know, we can't actually do this because nobody's going to make any videos anymore. It's only didn't.
And isn't that basically the system that that Nintendo came up with in the end? Where for Nintendo videos, for their system where you're in their shitty,
but they take a cut, don't they?
network, and they take a cut. They review the video first and then decide whether they want to monetize it or not. It's kind of funny that that's come to pass, but from a completely different angle, to be honest. And if there was any more proof needed that Nintendo's system is totally shit, well, there you go. It's based off a terrible idea that YouTube had years ago. I think we've covered it. And my blood pressure will raise to dangerous levels if we carry on talking about it because it really pisses me off. Because the idea of someone working hard and then having it all taken away
shit on
for no reason.
Well, I mean, fuck, bloke, happened to you. It's happened to you anyway. You had your fucking video from the Stanley Parable guy just fucking taken by some pig.
That's true. Yeah,
10,000 odd views. I mean,
in fact, I've had a couple of videos that have been wrecked by content claims.
Yeah,
Ori and the Blind Forest.
Some of them I get back. Yeah, some of them I get back because I go through and I file the complaints and I just basically say, they don't own this video, what the fuck? That's basically all I say. It's like, I think you'll find that this footage is from this company and they blah, blah, blah. So here we go. I'll just read off what we've got and then we'll end this segment. So my first time playing Europa Universalis 4 was claimed. Rebel Galaxy was claimed, but that was because they used copyrighted music. I think that's a legitimate claim. Your video, Let's Play the Beginner's Guide, claimed. Party Hard, claimed. That's your video.
Why was that claimed? Was that claimed when we uploaded it? I don't remember that being claimed when we uploaded it.
It's claimed... No, it wouldn't have been. It's claimed by Lynn Publishing.
Who the fuck are they? God damn.
I don't even know who they are. A GoPro test video I uploaded to the channel has been claimed. It's a GoPro that I filmed on my head of woodland. It's claimed by Contour New Media. What? For apparently sensuality original mix. It says, but this video has no music.
No.
Then you've got a Bloodborne video, which did have copyright because that was
That
actually
was Bonnie
streamed.
Tyler, wasn't it?
Yeah. Another one, yeah. A Patreon update video was claimed. Valiant Hearts was claimed. Now that was a video I made. That was claimed by APM Music, but that's a Ubisoft game. What's going on there? Tesla Effect, Tex Murphy Adventure. This is claimed by TuneCore on behalf of Bobby James Productions. And I have not made that up. It says Bobby James Productions. It's like, what?
I was going to sound like a made-up name.
I know. Child of Light. This is Believe Music on behalf of Dare to Care Records. And I'm not going to look at the details of the other ones now, but you've just got me playing the Stanley Parable. Part 3 of that was claimed. Paladin Ladder Action from, well, it's a Twitch VOD, so maybe that had music on. Public service announcement by the Origin Humble Bundle, claimed by EA, because it's showing Origin trailers in it. EA trailers, but it's promoted Origin. Well done, EA. Esports and You, a really old hotfix, claimed. Another hotfix claimed. Bioshock video claimed. There's loads. There's fucking.
I'll tell you something for nothing. If hotfix is ever claimed, then it's 100% bullshit because we never show anything in hotfix that could possibly be claimed.
These were the old hotfixes, and they showed like game trailers when we spoke.
Oh,
about
when we used to have. I forgot the old ones. We did use. I think sometimes full screen trailers appeared, didn't they? Which is
what we did when we originally started doing hotfix, we did like whatever we spoke about, we showed you what we were speaking about.
Yeah, that was it.
But obviously you can't do that. But we were idiots. But yeah, there's like 50 or so videos there that have been claimed. How many of them are fake? Probably loads. But you know what? How many of them I sent the disputes out? And probably quite a lot. But you know, it's not worth the hassle. Because what happens is they escalate. After that, then it can start going into legal shit, and it's not worth it for the money involved.
No.
I mean, you could say you got to stand up for your content, Sty, and yeah, I agree with that, but yeah, it's a shit system.
And the thing is, we've already said people are getting severely pissed off with it. They've had enough, and I'm 100% with them because it doesn't work. It's a broken system. It doesn't protect creators, and it doesn't punish people who abuse it, and that is the worst way for a system to function. Because it just fucks everyone over. Everyone who actually want to be on your side. It's like, why would you willingly...
The criminals don't get fucked over.
Well, yeah, the criminals don't. Just the people who provide all the content, that get all the views, that get all the money for the fucking platform. But why would you want to make them happy? Or protect them? No.
Yeah,
you want
fuck
them gone, don't you? Fuck them. They're just the ones providing all the fucking content. Idiots. God damn it. Anyway, let's move on to something entirely still irritating. Do you remember the game DISGAEA?
Never heard of it. DISGAEA. DISGRACE. I don't fucking know. What is
pretty
this?
Pretty much Disgrace. So DISGAEA PC, the touched-up PC port of NAS's 2003 RPG, which people liked. Apparently, I never played it. It came out last night. Unfortunately, it seems to suffer similarly. What? Unfortunately, it seems to suffer similar the wonky portness we see from. That doesn't make any sense. Basically, it's fucking broken again.
Another Japanese game ported to PC. That's a piece of shit. What a fucking
another old Japanese RPG ported to Steam that does not work properly, and probably someone on NeoGAF has already fixed it in what was it, 5 minutes or something. The last one.
They've just edited a text file.
Yeah, they've edited a single file and absolutely fixed it. This has made me kind of. I put this in just because I had an experience recently.
Was it an out-of-body experience?
So it was not an out-of-body experience. So ages ago, there was a game that I did a video on the channel. It was a Steam gift gamble because someone sent it me, and it was a game called Drizzle Path, and it was a shit walking simulator. Okay, it was
Drizzle Path.
I called it Drizzle Path. The video, I have to say, compared to other videos that were made on that I'm not going to call it a game, on that thing. The video I made did not perform well, but then I realised it's because the title is like that long. I think it's something along the lines of Drizzle Path complete walkthrough, literally more like Drivel Path, am I right, or something. I was off my face when I wrote the title for it. But the other one, there's a sequel somehow. I don't know how the fuck they decided to put money in for a sequel. And I was like, that could be pretty funny. That could be funny. I'll grab it. It could be funny. Didn't work. Totally broken. Like, that wouldn't even run. When I clicked the icon in Steam, it came up, and it brought up a window because it was done in Unreal Engine 4, and somehow it looked worse than the previous one, which is amazing. I don't know how they've done that, but it looks terrible, the new one does, and it just didn't work. Like, the whole thing was totally broke. All it said was null 1 for the game window. Like, that's what it actually said in the title, null 1, and I was like, this is probably not how. Now, of course, it's some shit walking simulator. There were 3 reviews for the game at the time, and they were all from people who worked on it. So there's the guy who did the music going, this is a beautiful and amazing game, and then at the bottom it's like, full disclosure, I did the music for this game, and I'm like, all right then, mate. Then there's another one, another guy who's like, absolutely fantastic, wonderful story. Oh, by the way, I'm doing the German translation. And then the third review was someone else saying it was like an amazing experience and well worth the money. Oh, by the way, I worked on some of the technical aspects. So I was like, okay, well, there's obviously no help going to be coming from this lot then, because it's just the developer's got his mates and his work colleagues to say the game's great, which, by the way, shouldn't be allowed. If you've been working on the game, you're not allowed to make a Steam review of it. That's fucking stupid. Like, you are inherently biased. Why is that even allowed?
Christ.
Like, why is it not just instantly removed? What is that about? So, I refunded it instantly, because I was like, well, this don't work, and there's no point. I can't even make a funny video out of the fact it don't work, because it doesn't work. Like, I can't even run it. Luckily, was it no, it was Mars Bar sent me the game. Like, after I refunded it, he sent it me via Steam. So, if it does get fixed, I'll record a video on it. But, you know, I refunded it because it was like, I can't do anything with this. I can't even make a stupid video. I can't make any funny content. I can't do anything. It's just broke. And then I saw this DISGAEA shit, and it reminded me that not even a week ago. No, it was exactly a week ago.
It was a week ago, yeah.
We talked about another fucking Japanese RPG
I don't know,
port
probably.
from like the mid-2000s that was totally broken. And people were pissed off, and some random guy on NeoGAF had to fucking fix it. And I saw this, and I felt like I was having deja vu. Like, have I already read this story? Oh no, I haven't. It was just a different game that was like a wonky pile of shit last week. And now we've got an entirely new wonky pile of shit to talk about this week. When I said it last week, why am I having to say it again? When are they going to realise you can't do it anymore? You cannot do it anymore. It doesn't work like that anymore. We had the golden age of games where they shipped with bugs because they all came on CDs and everyone had 28.8K and therefore patches were not even available. And mostly those games worked. I mean, yeah, there's bugs and stuff, and, you know, speedrunners make a habit, especially with old games, of finding crazy bugs that allow you to bypass half the level and shit. That's fine. That was a sign of the times. But the bugs weren't like world-ending. I cannot think of a time where I was buying games on CD to feed into my PC that had an amazing 133 megahertz processor, putting it in, clicking, you know, installing it.
Did it have the turbo button?
It had the turbo button. Clicking play, and it not working. I cannot remember that happening.
What did they even do?
I literally can't even... The turbo button didn't do anything, did it? It was totally pointless. I can't remember ever installing something off a CD, outside of maybe a demo that was like maybe required more than my PC had. But that's not the same thing. That's system requirements. That's not like an inherent flaw with the game. That's just, you've tried to run this, but it requires like 3 times the processing power you've had. Obviously, it's not going to work. I can't remember ever buying a game on disc and putting it in, installing it, and then going, ah, shit. Well, that's 30 quid down the drain because the game don't work. And then we reached that crazy time where everything was buggy and everything came out, and the joke was, don't buy it on launch, wait until a week afterwards when it's been patched. Now we've got Steam refunds. Origin's got a decent refund system, although Origin only sells EA games. So
You basically
that's
got to
kind
be
of
a massive shitter to just release a
yeah,
shit
you
game
got to
these
be a
days,
fucking
especially on
idiot.
digital platforms, because you're just going to get refunded to shit, and then you just cabbage.
I just have no I have a complete lack of comprehension as to why you'd even do it, and
Because you're a
it
cabbage,
sounds,
that's why they do it.
It sounds harsh, but if you're releasing a game that's totally broken, or is like unsatisfactory in terms of performance, or is just like a messy mess like Arkham Knight, you're gonna get fucked. And you're going to get fucked because you deserve to get fucked. But the thing is, you could avoid getting fucked by just making the game work to begin with. It's not this thing of making stuff work as well. This is what also pissed me off reading this. It's not a new concept, right? Most stuff in the world has to work. It does.
I know. We've been over this loads of times before. It's true, but it's just fucking ridiculous how they can keep releasing these games. And no doubt there'll be more shit games like this that will come out in the next few fucking weeks, probably. I don't care. I've got to be skeptical of
so infuriating
how much these things actually generate in revenue anyway. I mean, surely if it's that old, people have played. I mean, it's just a nostalgia thing, right? Oh, I played this on my whatever the hell it was on, PS2 or something.
Yeah, I assume so.
So now I want it back. I don't know. Then again, it's the same. Yeah, that's totally what it is, and that's a bit unfair of me saying that because I like like Homeworld Remastered, for example. It was like, wow, I remember playing that. I'll buy the remastered version. Yeah. It must be the same thing. It's like, a remastered. It's not really remastered. It's just like, I can play it on my PC.
It's exactly the fucking same. It's not even slightly. It's just like, oh god. Anyway, we've had news that the HTC Vive it now has a price point. So the HTC Vive is $799, which you might.
Do we know what it is in the UK? Have they said?
No, I don't think so. I think they've only said $799, which is, as it says on PC Gamer, $200 more than the Oculus Rift, and the price was leaked ahead of its expected reveal at the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona next week. And it sounds pricey, but as they say, it ships with 2 controllers, which you use in each hand, and a couple of base stations to track your position around the room. And you also get 2 games, which are Job Simulator and Fantastic Contraption. So,
well, all right. So, it was always expected to be the most expensive one, right? The thing what happened with Oculus Rift is, I think they came out and said, "Oh, it's going to be $299 or something like that," and it's like,
you know what?
That's
I'm glad you brought that up because I said something in that hotfix that pissed a couple of people off because I made the comment that. It was something along the lines of, if you thought that like a brand new emergent technology, like the first consumer unit of a brand new technology was going to be cheap, you're an idiot. I don't even know why you'd think that. And someone did point out that they thought that because the guy who was heading the fucking company said that's how much it's going to cost. But as I did reply to the guy, because I was like, okay, that fair enough. That's me. That's my sort of cynicism. But the problem that I had, and I did know he'd said that, but I'm going to be honest, and I know it's very easy to say this kind of thing, with hindsight. I didn't believe him at the time, just because everything was really expensive. Everything when it first came out was really expensive. The first iPhone cost a shit ton. Like my first mobile phone was a fucking brick. It cost the same as this, and this is a computer. This is just a fucking computer in my pocket. The first consoles, the first PCs.
That's all right. I think that people.
I was just like, mate.
It's just because the guy said
whatever.
But it was never going to be. It was always going to be more expensive than that. But the problem is, he said it, so people are like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah. That's
right. So, HTC Vive being more expensive ain't a shock. People expected that. Now, when you look at the price of the Oculus Rift right now, then you look at the price of the HTC Vive. Yeah, it's like $200 more or whatever it is. What you're getting for that is what you quickly touched on there. You are getting 2 controllers that are designed for VR. You're not getting an Xbox One controller, which is what you get given with an Oculus Rift. I'm pretty sure when the Oculus Rift controllers are ready, they'll be $100. So you're going to start creeping up in price. Then on top of the Oculus Rift, you've got these. I don't actually mean on top of the Oculus Rift. I mean the HTC Vive, ladies and gentlemen. That has these things called lighthouses, which are the motion sensors. So they go up in so behind me, they'd be up in each corner of the shack basically, and they map the room out and map the movements of the person. So and detect where the controllers are moving. So it's way more advanced than Oculus Rift in that regard. Visually, I think they're both pretty much the same. Like what you get on the headset will be the same, but the way they interact is totally different. The other thing the HTC Vive has got over the Rift is it's got a camera in the front of it. So when you get close to a wall, it bleeds the real world into your display, so you know you're about to hit a wall. That is a great feature. But they knew that because of all the movement shit they were bringing into there. So, you see people saying, oh, Oculus Rift is for the VR for the man sitting in his chair, and Vive is for somebody who wants to walk around a room, or you can also sit in a chair. Also, I think there's something crazy in the Vive where you can call people who've got other Vive headsets or something fucking ridiculous. I don't know, but it's not a shock that it's more expensive. If you was to ask me which one I'd want, it would be the Vive. Obviously, it's expensive. Beyond just the headset, because you'd need like a 980 or something ridiculous, like a really powerful GPU to run the applications anyway. But yeah, VR is the future. I think the future of. I honestly think in like 20 years or so, or maybe even 10 years, it'll be like electric cars will be, that type of thing where it would just be just how it is. Like people will sit down with their headset on. People will, Facebook already want the whole reason for Facebook buying Oculus Rift, because they apparently seen the communication potential in it, where everyone could sit with a headset on, and if somehow there was some other technology where an image of me and you could be put in the same room. I mean, imagine Hotfix being filmed like that. Actually, me and you in a room, but we just got headsets on. But there's a display of our bodies, our like avatars in a room. It's where it's going, and I think it will be the future. But I don't think it's going to be this.
I don't think it's going to be the
rapid
first wave
thing. I don't think it's going to be this rapid thing of like, wow, because people still don't understand what it is. Because like me and you, we understand what it is. People who are watching Hotfix understand what it is, but average guy in the street is just like looks at a stupid headset and thinks, what the fuck, what the hell is that about?
Yeah,
they don't want to know.
Especially when it looks. I mean, the HTC Vive looks like some sort of alien technology that's been stuck on the front of your face. Because of all the little sensor things that it's got studded all over it. It looks really crazy. It's like having a bug's eye over your eyes. It's really odd. But
Alien freaks.
I'm the same. I reckon out of the two of them, the Vive is more expensive, but you also get more with it. So it makes perfect sense that it would cost more, because you are literally getting more. You're getting the two. Yeah. You're getting the two controllers that are actually built for it, and you're getting the base stations, which
it's cheap.
So.
And even at $799, it's pretty cheap, because what you're getting there is brand new technology. Really, you're getting stuff which is, the first generation of like HD tellies when they came available, and they were like 720. They were shit, but there were thousands and thousands. It's like, what the fuck? It's not like that. It's not even like mobile phones really, with crazy prices they were. I mean, if you buy like an iPhone 6 Plus or whatever, or the best Android handset you can buy, that's going to be 500 quid, 600 quid, probably 700 quid for an iPhone. It's probably something sickening, right? That's not new technology, So
I bet it's mental, the iPhone 6S.
You always pay a price for early adoption, that's sure, but this price actually isn't that bad. It isn't like horrendously bad when you compare it to other technology, which I know is kind of not fair in a way, but still. You get my point.
For some reason, the Apple website doesn't just tell me how much it is on the first page for the iPhone 6S. I wonder why that is. Okay, so the Plus is from 619 quid, and the 6S is from 539. That's more than That's more than our phone, ain't it?
Yeah. Our phone. A bit. The Galaxy S6 didn't sell very well, even though it was like one of the best phones you could buy for speed and everything. But it didn't sell very well. But I don't know. It's what makes me laugh is like, well, it doesn't really make me laugh, but you see all these like, well, the Galaxy, the Samsung S7 with not the Vive, whatever the Galaxy Gear headset thing, where you put the phone in. That's meant to be really good now. So there's like a gateway in for the average guy, because you got to think of like, what do people buy in terms of technology? They don't go out and buy a fucking headset for some. Okay, they would if they had a high-end computer and they were me and you. But if it's just a guy on the street, how do you sell to them? These are the people you need to sell to make your new technology viable. They've all got mobile phones. So on paper, it's actually kind of clever what Samsung are doing with, you just stick your phone into it, because these things are fast as fuck. They've got like octa-core CPUs in them and God knows what.
Yeah.
They can render things. Okay, they're not rendering it like a fucking computer would render it in proper VR, but they're doing a job with something. And as the phones get faster, that's going to get better. And everybody's got a phone. So I think maybe we'll see Apple with a fucking headset. I think we'll see that as well. It'll be like, here's the I.
The I. Get Popeye to advertise it. Like everything else Apple, it'll look really nice and it'll be a bit shit.
It'll be made of like solid metal, aluminium, aluminum. And it'll have a stupid. They always have like a stupid coating. Like I remember one of the iPhones had like a sapphire glass or some shit. It'll have like a
it'd be something expensive and over the top.
Platinum plate.
A platinum back plate.
Jesus, I don't know. But yeah, I think VR. I'm not shocked at the price of that. It'll be nice to see the full demonstration of what it's actually gonna look like and whatever. But I think
of the two, it looks the most interesting to me. But
I really want one. I really
want
one.
But
But
$799 not going to happen. But
I want one. But I need a new GPU, so it's way more than $799.
Oh yeah, I don't think I could even run one. Can't remember what my GPU is, but it's not as good as yours.
No, you're just fucked. I've got a 780 and that can't run shit. It'll just die because it has to display like two 1080p.
Yeah, it's something
90
crazy,
FPS screens or something fucking stupid.
I
can't even play most games at 90 FPS.
Because
I can play
you cannot look at something that close to your face at 30 FPS because 30 FPS is pathetic and inferior.
But go back to that video I made, bloke. It's 60 versus 30 FPS. And
the number of people who were commenting on that, like, going,
FPS.
I can't tell the difference. And then I'm sure a good number of them were watching it in a fucking browser that didn't support 60 FPS as well. Like at the time, I'm pretty sure at the time, only Chrome could support 60 FPS.
Yeah, but the video even said watch it in Chrome.
Internet Explorer and Firefox couldn't do it. So all the people who are like, well, I mean, I'm watching this in Internet Explorer and it doesn't work. It looks exactly the same. Well, no shit. It's because both sides are fucking 30 FPS on yours, you idiot. Oh God, it's still. It just. I mean, can we have 90 FPS as standard for everything? Surely that'd be better. I say that the Xbox One and the PS4 couldn't even hope to run that unless the game had like 8 pixels. I know you said PC Master Race, but I won't.
No, I don't know what's going to happen with the PS4 thing. Honestly, I don't know.
I still don't understand how that's going to work.
No, I can't. Work that out
maybe it's going to have a resolution that's like not even 720p, but it's going to run at like 60 FPS because that's all it can manage. Or you only get it.
It won't do 60. It'll fucking do 30.
The headset comes out, and what you actually get is you only get half the screen, and you get an eye patch for the other eye because it doesn't have the capacity to run both screens. You're just going to have to look through. Have no depth perception because it's just the one screen in front of the one eye. But you can change which eye you want to look through, so it's okay. This is why I don't design VR headsets. Anyway, let's do some esports. Esports is still a thing. Valve has decided to put in $1 million for all future major CSGO tournaments. That's actually not a very good headline for PC Gamer because it suggests that they're giving $1 million for like total. So all future CSGO tournaments, they're only putting in $1 million for the whole lot. That's not actually what they mean. They mean it's $1 million per tournament, not $1 million for every tournament from this point forward. Which, like the first time I read it, I was like,
what?
Can they not afford to give more than $1 million for literally all future tournaments? It's going to be like, the winner's going to get like $1. What the fuck is that? And then I realised that that's not what they meant. Yeah, so all future CSGO majors will have a prize pool of $1 million, and the previous Purse major was $250,000. And the first one is going to be MLG Columbus 2016, and you will get 500 grand if you win, 150 grand if you're a finalist, 70 grand if you're a semi-finalist, 35 grand if you're a quarter-finalist, and 8,750 if you get to the group stage.
You know this Valve Counter-Strike Global Offensive thing. You know, going back to the copyright thing. There's actually a very interesting thing I read based off the responses of the attorney guy, the game lawyer chap, where you've got these gambling sites, haven't you, for skins? But kids use them. That's illegal.
Oh yeah, they can't gamble yet, can they?
No. So, but he said, he didn't answer in detail, but he just said, oh, there'll be a major rulings happening soon to sort these people out. And it's right. It's like, that's a dodgy grey area. But yeah, that's one of the whole reason I wanted to say that. It's one of the reasons why Valve can do this, because that game makes so much money off all the crate openings going on and all of that stuff. But I mean, CS:GO has been amazing for the competitive FPS scene. I mean, the heights that has reached have just been like,
it's crazy. It's crazy how like, in the grand scheme of, like, in terms of how long that game's been active, to have as big a scene as it's got now is pretty fucking impressive, especially when you consider that, let's be honest, no one was talking about major tournaments for Counter-Strike Source when that was the Counter-Strike game. You know, the latest one, the one that everyone was playing. I didn't see that on news sites. I didn't see people talking about that, but people were talking about League of Legends and people were talking about Dota 2. But now it's like CS:GO is ranking up there for, I mean, it's really good. It's brilliant, because I kind of want to see more esports than just fucking MOBAs. I'd like to see more stuff like Counter-Strike, and I'd like to see, like, Rocket League as well. Ask yourself, though,
is this the way to do? Is this the way to foster it, with Valve going, oh, every major tournament, whatever they may be, like MLGs and shit like that, we'll give them $1 million for prize money, and that's great. Is that really? Is that the right thing to do now? I mean, obviously, it makes it. I guess it is, because it means more like advertisers and more people become interested in, like, the corporate aspect of esports, which then means it becomes more of a established thing. And it's in Blizzard's, well, it is in Blizzard's interest, but it's also in Valve's interest that esports, I'll get onto them in a minute, becomes a major thing. I mean, with Blizzard, they kind of do a similar thing, or they try to. Valve obviously have got the compendium for Dota, which is a great way of raising shitloads of money for that. Oh, God, yeah. And they've got, like, more innovative ways of generating money with their games, especially where esports is concerned. I mean, I read a thing with esports, and it said esports is now... what was it? It was... no, it wasn't a thing. It was a video with Hafu in, which is a poorly made video. So Hafu's a... well, she was a female esports player for World of Warcraft, I think, but she is for Hearthstone now. And she streams, and obviously it was about harassment online on Twitch for women.
Yeah,
because you can imagine it's quite bad. But in the video, it did show statistics from another website. I forget what it was, but it was showing the numbers of people that watch Twitch compared to, like, major sporting events, and Twitch just obliterates everything, because, you know, how many people watch League of Legends, how many people watch Counter-Strike Go, how many people watch all the other major tournaments that pop up, Dota and things like that. The numbers are crazy, because it's... I think it's fair to say this, but video games are... Watching video games has replaced watching sporting events for younger people. And when I mean younger people, I don't mean people who are like 15, 16. I mean people who are like our age.
Yeah.
That it's like, you know, I look at my if I look at my dad and I look at his tastes and, you know, what he watches, he obviously doesn't play computer games, but he likes sport, he likes football, he likes you know, watching other kinds of sports. A lot of people he knows of that age are the same. They watch sports because that's what they kind of grew up with. You know, that was their entertainment when they were younger. The entertainment for a lot of people now is games. It's one of the fastest growing industries. I mean, it destroys the movie industry for revenue. Gaming does. It's just gets bigger and bigger every year. It was one of the only things to grow during the credit crunch in this country. It kept growing, even though everybody had less money, because people value the entertainment, the disconnecting themselves from their issues, getting lost in games, all that shit. You know, people value that. It's an interactive form of entertainment, and it's the best form of entertainment by far that you can do in your own home anyway.
I wouldn't be surprised if eventually we see something similar to the compendium for Dota 2 for Counter-Strike. If it got big enough, I think they'd try it. Because
Well,
when you look at...
they do the operation things, the coins that you can buy, like a quid or whatever they are. And it gives you access to a map and you get like a little... You become part of the operation and you get like a little badge. And that... While they're not run for tournaments, they run it. One's going on now. I think it's called Wildfire. I might have butchered it. But I've bought them. I've actually bought these. I bought a few of them because I tell you what, they're really good. You get a little badge and it tracks your stats for what's going on. And you can complete various missions, killing people with certain weapons and all that shit.
Yeah.
You get access to newer maps. It's quite good. So they do that every now and again, so it brings more money. You get keys for special crates as well that only drop during that event, and they've got new skins in and things like that. That's how they do that. That's how that game must make shitloads of money off that.
I still think the compendium for Dota 2 was just like an absolute masterstroke for that, because it doesn't even affect the overall revenue the game makes.
No,
because it just goes into the tournament. So it's like people spend money constantly on the game all year, and then they get to the tournament, and then it's like, spend a bit more money, increase the prize pool, and people who've already spent loads of money go, yeah, all right then. It doesn't take away from the actual profit of the game at all. They're not using any of the money that is raised by people buying skins or whatever all the way through the year, and yet they're still able to provide, like, what was it last year? It was some crazy amount of money. It was like, what was it? I can't remember.
It's silly amount.
It was something stupid.
I think the winners got $1 million each on the team of 5, so it was like 5 million.
I'm pretty sure
for the winner.
I think last year it obliterated the League of Legends final for how much money was given out by a significant margin. But it's like it doesn't even affect how much people spend on the game during the year, and then it doesn't have any effect on the game's profits because it's all like extra on top. It's crazy. I mean, it's brilliant, but it's just crazy amount of.
It's almost like the fans are paying for a shitload of advertising for the game because everybody goes crazy about the amount of money that because every year it'll beat it. It'll beat you.
And the fact you can buy multiple compendiums as well, can't you? You can buy more than one.
And they give you a shit for doing that, don't they?
Yeah.
Or do they? I don't know, but they give you some stuff for buying compendiums, don't they? No, that's it. The more people that buy it, it unlocks different stuff, doesn't it? So it's in your interest to try and get your friends to buy it as well, because then you might get like a special mount that unlocks or some shit. Well, not a mount, but courier.
Yeah. But I mean, I know they can be irritating at the time, but Valve pretty much know what they're doing when it comes to making vast amounts of cash whilst not making any new games. Mostly. There might be something about that later on. There's hints. There's hints, bloke. Hints of everyone's favourite game. It's got a 3 at the end. Oh, it's just going to be bullshit as always.
Dawn of War.
Anyway, carrying on with esports. So Riot has standardised penalties for pro LoL players. So previously, as PC Gamer says, until now Riot has dealt with every high-profile infraction of League of Legends rules case by case, but such room for interpretation doesn't befit a game that aspires to be an international sport. I didn't say it aspires to be, it already is, kind of.
It already is,
now the devs are imposing 2 penalty indices and a penalty tracker to standardise punishments for rule breakers. There are far too many scenarios and accompanying punishments to list, but they fall into 2 broad camps, the League of Legends Champion Series Penalty Index and the Global Penalty Index. The LCS Index is for minor slip-ups that warrant a suspension of under 3 months, things like unauthorised communication during a pause, which earns anything from a slapped wrist to a forfeit, or signing a starter after the relevant roster declaration deadline, with fines starting from $1,000, and the Global Index is for when you've really messed up, including offences like extreme misconduct and cheating in professional play. Unsurprisingly, there are lifetime bans involved. They needed to do that, to be honest, because it's huge. League of Legends is huge, and the LCS brings in God knows how many viewers. The finals are getting bigger and more grand every single year. And to be taken seriously, you can't really just sit there and just go, well, that guy did something similar last year, but we're going to impose a different penalty on you because the guys who dealt with this last year, they feel differently this time. So, whatever. We'll just decide as we go along. It's not a good way to go about stuff, really. Having a proper
It's
standardized. I mean,
yeah.
it's the same for all sports, ain't it?
Yeah, it says that they actually have an LCS pro player panel where they get a delegate from each major team and they're invited to RIOT to discuss issues. That's sort of like a players' union, or I mean, to compare it to football or soccer, you have like a managers' union where managers of football teams have got like a body that represent them, so they can't get screwed over by their contracts, or if things happen to them in the media and whatever, like they get assistance with that. It's just one of those things that happens with the sport. Like it gets more bureaucratic as it gets bigger, and things with like League of Legends or any major esport game. I mean, we had the thing with the Adderall. Do you remember that shit where they were taking the drugs?
Yeah.
And it's funny. It's piss funny, but it's like you can't take a performance enhancing substance before you take part in a competitive game. It's like it's crazy. I mean, having the different layers of it, so it basically makes it feel appear like amateurish and childish in its development as a sport, because it doesn't have any of these fundamental things which it needs. Even if you don't like the whole idea of a fucking fine system or a players' union or whatever, you do need them, because they need these protective layers in place. So
need consistency.
Well, you do. The fact that they've got different tiers of fines is pretty good, because it's sort of similar to, again, going back to football. If you, or even sports in general, if you have to take drugs tests, yeah. If you miss your drugs test, well, you have a penalty applied to you because you missed the drugs test. This happened to a footballer called Rio Ferdinand, and he missed his drugs test for reasons. Now,
reasons?
Yeah, he said he forgot about it. I think there was evidence that might even back this up, which he did. Like, or he sent it off and something happened. It wasn't his fault. But the fact is, he didn't make sure it got there. He didn't make sure, his urine sample got to the place it needed to go to, so they didn't have the result. So what did they do? They banned him for like 8-9 months. Well, that's what happens. That's a standardized ban for that kind of behavior. It's like violent conduct as well. If you smash somebody in the face with your fist in a football game, well, or you Eric Cantona the crowd and just dive in and kick some fucker because he said your mom's a whore. It's like, you can't do that. There's going to be repercussions in it. I like seeing this because it means that esports is getting a bit more.
It's maturing.
Yeah, but it's funny because I don't seem to give a shit about esports, but I think it's because it's the games involved. I think when Overwatch develops, I think I will watch Overwatch esports, but I don't think. I don't watch League of Legends esports. I don't watch Dota esports. I don't watch Counter-Strike esports. I don't play the games. You know what I mean? I did it years ago, but I don't anymore.
I almost don't want Overwatch to have an esports scene because I already spend half my time either wanting to play it or playing it regardless. I'll be done. It'd be like, what did you do today? Well, as always, I spent 10 hours just looking at Overwatch stuff, and then I played Overwatch. That's that's standard day.
You know what you should do when you go to the hospital, right? I forget what it's called, but you can install. What is it? Is it a VPN? No, it's not VPN. I'm tired, ladies and gentlemen. It's late for me.
It is pretty late.
The remote access or whatever. Turn your computer on. Yeah. Sit there with your phone and play Overwatch through your computer. I don't know how you'd even do it because how would you get the inputs?
I need to just buy a laptop so I can just remote access to home using the hospital's shit Wi-Fi to play Overwatch.
Get a Chromebook, like a really cheap Chromebook. Sit there, and you're like, you've got like so much lag, it's unbelievable.
I was gonna say there'd be a ping of like 5 seconds. It's like, what the hell?
Just to do it in milliseconds, it's in actual seconds.
It would be like playing the original Team Fortress on 56k. That's what it'd be like. You'd shoot someone and then they'd teleport across the map and they wouldn't be dead, but they died on your screen, but not really.
I used to play Day Defeat, right, with my mates. One of my mates got a fucking cable modem and his ping just got amazing. And he was rinsing everyone. Like we had like pings of like fucking 250 and shit like that. But he had a cable modem, had like a ping of 18 or something stupid to the server. It was like, it's not fair.
I remember far worse pings than that for Team Fortress. I remember like stuff in like the 500 range where it's just, I mean, at that point, it's just unplayable. Like you can't do anything. You might as well just shoot at the wall and hope someone walks in front of it at some point. It's just...
Yeah, but you're hard to hit, though, man. You're lagging everywhere. Fucking lagger.
Oh, God. I'll tell you what, let's... we don't have that many big topics left, so let's blast through the ones we've got. This just made me laugh because it seemed like such a ridiculous thing to happen. Naughty Dog used Assassin's Creed artwork for the new Uncharted 4 trailer. So, in the new Uncharted 4 trailer, there was like a little picture of like a little picture hanging on in a frame on the wall, and people looked at it and went, "Why are they using concept art from Assassin's Creed Black Flag in the Uncharted 4 trailer? What the fuck is this?" But it turns out it was just a mistake. It wasn't. I mean, I assumed it probably would have been, because that would be just insanity to just lift it and stick it in and go, "Lol, who cares?" Because you're not allowed to do that. Funnily enough, copyright infringement, and that is genuinely how that works. It's their picture, and they have said that Naughty Dog has admitted it's used Assassin's Creed artwork in its new Uncharted 4 trailer, and it was an honest mistake. In our eagerness to get the story trailer out, we made a regrettable mistake and didn't thoroughly vet the artwork used for an in-game painting. We've already updated the trailer, we hold all artistry in high regard, and take full responsibility for having allowed this to happen. We want to sincerely apologise to everyone at Ubisoft, the Assassin's Creed team, the original artist, and our fans. So, yeah, there was a GIF that... There we go. So there you go, there's the thing in the trailer, and down there is the exact same picture. Although it does lack the pirate figure. But it's undeniably exactly the same, apart from the pirate figure. So,
so that means they've edited it. Yeah, that's even shadier.
Yeah, that's
the position of the pirate figure. He's really close to the little rowboat, and he's not there.
It's not quite. Away. Yeah, it's it's really dodgy. I'm gonna assume that, as so often happens with these things, it was in fact some sort of intern-based mistake, because quite a lot of the time these things are. It's like, okay. We need some artwork. We need some artwork for this. Go and get some out of the archives, whatever. And instead of going through all the folders of Uncharted 4 artwork, they just like Google beach or something and take it down, and then stick it in and just hand it off to someone and go, "There you go, I found it." And of course, the person who's making the trailer might not necessarily know all of the artwork that all of the Uncharted artists have ever done, and so might not pick up that it's not actually theirs, and just be like, "I don't remember making whatever. I'll just edit that guy out and stick it in. It's fine." Still pretty sloppy, and not really what you want to be doing. It's just like, oh god. Although, I mean, props to the guy who noticed. The guy who sat there and was like, "I recognise that as being artwork from Assassin's Creed Black Flag." It's like, who has that kind of memory?
I wouldn't have even watched the trailer. I just be like, "Fucking hell." Console game. That's been odd. I've never played any of the Uncharted games, so I can't.
Are they just Tomb Raider with a male?
I think so. Yeah, I installed Drake's Dirty Deception or something. I don't know.
Drake's Dirty Deception.
Ain't Drake a rapper or something?
He's been cheating on his wife.
Yeah, and there was video evidence or something. Anyway, I installed that on my PS3 and then loaded it up, and he was in like a limousine, and I just quit it.
That's the full experience you've had of Uncharted.
Yeah. So I can't really comment on Uncharted, but yeah, I don't know. We didn't like it.
The hell was that noise?
The compressor for the airbrush just turned on.
Well, it probably shouldn't be doing that. I'm assuming it shouldn't be doing that. The phantom compressor.
No.
Oh, God. Crazy things happen late at night.
Can you hear this? Can you hear this? You probably can't hear it.
I can't hear it.
No. Well, yeah, what happened is it must slowly bleed air out of the tank, and it sets itself to 60 psi, and it automatically turns on and reloads the tank. So I'll unplug it now. I know it does that. Because it's probably been doing that for like weeks. Just on at night. fucking bastard.
Okay, let's
I don't trust it. It's from China.
Racist. Anyway, so this could either go one of two ways. Iranian media mistakes Medal of Honor footage for real warfare. Here's the footage, right?
I'm watching it. Oh god.
Admittedly, it's been recorded on a potato, and apparently it's been shown on a potato as well. There is something to remember in all of this, right? I think personally that it was not mistaken. I don't think it was mistaken. I think it was some sort of propaganda attempt, to be perfectly honest with you. Because far too many places have picked it up and gone, oh, look at this, it's footage of, what was it? It was, there we go, it's footage of Hezbollah commandos sniping Islamic State fighters. Although, when you listen to the video, which I haven't put the audio on for this, obviously, but when you listen to the video, you can hear the guy.
It's like,
you can hear a guy talking. Well, you can hear the two guys who are filming it on their brand new potato being viewed in the screen of a microwave, and you can hear them talking. Yeah, but you can also hear an American voice, which I assume
maybe
is the mission commander from this mission.
Maybe they use Skype.
They probably do use Skype. You can actually hear the guy giving you instructions in the game, like an American voice. You're like, there, to the left. All this kind of stuff, like, just very faintly, but if you turn it up, it's quite clearly a video game. And why would Hezbollah commandos have an American commander talking in American English with an American accent? It's not a mistake, I don't think. It's pretty much propaganda, but it is still pretty funny regardless, because I want to know who's fooled by it. Like, who's watching that going, I mean, there's an actual heads-up display that you can see at points, and I don't know how they record this footage to begin with, and I also don't know why all of this footage is filmed on stuff from the 1970s either. Like those old it's filmed in the 1920s, one of those things where you have to wind it yourself. The picture quality is that bad, but ridiculous. I was gonna. What was he? There was another incident of that not that long ago. Oh, I think it was. Didn't Ireland use footage of armour? It was an Irish news channel used footage of armour as something to do with the IRA. I'm sure that happened a few years back.
What?
I'm pretty sure we talked about it on Hotfix as well. I think I might have just made that up. And when someone Googled the UN Security Council for I think it was maybe ITV News or something, and they got the logo from Halo for the UNSC instead.
Yeah,
it was on the news.
I remember that, yeah.
That was quality. So we also have, you know what? I'm just going to say, I'm not going to show you because there's no point. Twitch is going to host a 24-hour Pokemon marathon this Saturday because it's the franchise's 20th birthday. Because it's Twitch and they do this kind of thing because they're hip and down with the kids, Kappa and all of that shit, and
Kappa and all that. These are it's like Bob Ross, ain't it? It's like a little stunt, but
yeah.
How has Bob Ross helped the creative section on Twitch? Not much. When I stream
this is
Warhammer,
my big problem with Twitch.
Hang on. When I stream Warhammer Creative, right, on Sundays, I get 300 viewers maybe. I'm like top 3, top 4 in the stream section with that.
Yeah.
Nothing's really changed. I mean, you get the odd big streamer who'll come in and be like, I'm cooking a fucking fried egg and a bag of bollocks or something. It's like, oh, great, mate. You know, fucking whoop-de-doo-dah.
Finest.
I mean, for fuck's sake.
I'm cooking some finest pig bollocks. Come and watch me.
That's all they do. And it's like, well, great. They're not creative streams. There are some creative streams. I mean, Twitch actually retweeted a creative stream today, and it was somebody making the League of Legends. No, the League of Legends trophy for the LCS or something. Or some sort of trophy. And it was like, oh, that's kind of funky. You do get things like that on the go. I mean, I remember there was a blacksmith guy, but I haven't seen him on it for ages. And all, things like that.
Isn't there some dude making pots and shit as well for a while? And a leather worker, I seem to remember.
There's a guy who does like sculpting out of clay and things like that. But It's not. I think it was a weird one, the creative section, because it's a nice thing to have, but it's not really why people go on Twitch. I mean, people do watch it. Don't get me wrong. Like I really enjoy my Warhammer thing, and I think it's quite unique. And I know a lot of people watch it, and it's funny being like almost like the leader. Like it's almost like I haven't invented it, but I'm the guy who sort of streamed it a lot. And you see other people streaming, and it's like, well, hey, I sort of did that, and then they copied it. Well, not copied it, did their own thing, like, which is great. You want more people to stream it, obviously. I mean, I do. The more the merrier. But yeah, you don't really see like. You don't like the average guy doesn't come to Twitch to watch model painting. They come to see a game, and then they might see that on the side. Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's always going to be a problem for Twitch, but this Pokemon thing will just get massive viewers,
and massive viewers, and it'll just be the chat
Kappa, Pikachu emotes and all that shit.
Yeah,
Kappa
and they'll just be, what is it? Team Rocket is blasting off again. I remember that being that's a thing for Pokemon. And they'll, the chat will be spammed to hell with that. It's Twitch is a weird one. In a way, they know their audience fantastically well, and they know how to get their audience to respond to them, and they know how to, make their audience happy to be associated with Twitch.
This is a positive for Twitch. It's a positive for everyone, really, because Twitch is going to end up on a lot of news sites again. It's going to end up in more media. More people will come over, and more people eventually will watch other streams. But it is. I think it's a very Twitch thing, ain't it? Right now, they seem. I mean, what they're going to do next after this? What there'll be some other crazy shit they'll come up with. Well, it's not even crazy. It's whatever resonates with their main fan base, and most people like Pikachu, right? I think he's a little yellow prick, but there you go. remember when I had
Pikachu's a yellow prick.
Remember when I had one? Pikachu! And then Nintendo took it away.
Oh God.
Poor bastards.
Nintendo.
The bastards.
How much Nintendo are going to copy content ID and copyright claim all of the VODs from Twitch? They're going to get taken down, muted in real time.
No. I said to them, actually, I said, can I have a Super Mario Maker key? And they were like, yeah, sure, but I've just got to warn you, if you put videos on YouTube, we'll claim them. And I was like, nah, I'll stream them on Twitch. And they said, oh, that's fine. They sent me the key. I forgot about the key for about 2 months, and I was like, oh, you know what, I'll turn the Wii on. Turn the Wii on, the Wii was like, I need to update. So I said, all right then, so let it update, because it's shit and it's got wireless. It can't plug into the router, because that's an actual adapter you have to buy. Anyway, it fucking did its little jazzy update, put the code in, and it went, code expired. I was like, expired?
It's expired.
So I emailed him
backwards.
I emailed him. I was like, hi, the code you sent me, it's fucking expired, mate. Any chance? And he just ignored me.
Oh God.
They're so stupid.
Why?
Like,
video. Hang on. Say that.
About fucking 5 hours ago, whenever this Hotfix started, I was going on about a Nintendo video that wasn't claimed with Splatoon. It was a video, and it was called something like "My Love-Hate Relationship with Nintendo," and it's like I loved them because they gave me Bayonetta, but I fucking hate them because they won't let me make videos on it. It's like, why? But they haven't claimed that, and it's just got full-on Splatoon footage for like 8 minutes solid of it. It's like, what? The fucking nutters.
No, you're all right under fair use. I was going to say, I'd take the piss out of being backwards.
Fucking Pikachu. I'll never forget this Pikachu. They fucking, they invented the little yellow prick, and they fucking gave it to me. And then they, I don't think I could even take him out of the packet. Did I take him out? No, I did. I took him out of the packet, which made it even more ludicrous because I've ripped him out of the packet. I was like,
yeah, they can't do anything with it. It's just to be destroyed. It's totally shit.
Oh, I remember what it was for. It was, you can put him on the controller of the Wii U, and he goes into the game on Super Smash Brothers, and he would go, and he goes into the game. And it was, I never used him once in the game. He was shit. I played this little guy with a net. It looked like he was fucked in the head. I'm gonna find a picture. Who a little guy with a net? Little guy.
Well, I was just gonna say I'll take the piss out of Nintendo for being backwards. I'm still pissed off that my key for Killing Floor 2, we did like a stream of that, and I wanted to play it again because I enjoy Killing Floor, but it was a fucking timed thing, and like my copy in Steam, it just says invalid, and there's a little shopping cart next to it. So if I want to play Killing Floor 2 with the key they provided, I'm gonna fucking buy it myself.
I'm sending you a link. This is him. He looked like a right psycho bastard. Look at him. He's just got this little smile on his face as he's fucking murdering people. Look at him. I don't know what he is. Villager. Is that what he's called?
Nutter.
He was like a fucking... What's I call him? A little psycho bastard.
Little psycho bastard.
With a net. Like you could take him down the local brook.
Canal.
Not the canal.
Fish out a shopping trolley.
The local
And
brook.
a Wellington bay.
Did I tell you about that woman who caught to me in Aldi? I don't think I told you.
No. Hey, wait a minute. Save the thought just a second. You know what? Fuck it. There's some senator who campaigned against video games got jailed. Great. Come up and all that shit. Although it was nothing to do with it.
These late night hotfixes go to shit because I'm dead tired and I'm just like...
I'm knackered as well. And it's like 100 degrees in here. And the other thing...
But they did the last week, so we're like, amazing, enter the hotfix, so you'll love this week's.
And the last thing we've got, I'm just going to quickly put on the desktop. Valve founders have found some interesting hints in the Steam VR performance test. And what they found was that among the interesting tidbits is a collection of images which appear to be an updated version of the dog character from Half-Life 2. The same model is circulated online for the performance test. There's several new ones hidden in the files, one of which you can see below. So obviously people think Half-Life 3 exists and it doesn't shut the fuck up and it's never going to happen and no one wants it anyway.
VR. Yeah, but
no, I don't care. I'm not playing it. They can fuck off. Even if it comes with it, I'm not playing it. At this point, they could give it me for free. They could give it me for free with a free Vive. I still wouldn't play it. They can go fuck themselves. I don't care. I'm beyond caring. I stopped caring about 5 years ago. I don't give a shit. Just fuck off. Take your Half-Life 3 and stick it up your ass.
There I am with a trolley. Because when you go, like, the whole bag fiasco in this country now.
Yeah, you got to take your own.
Yeah, well, I have my own bags. And I go into Aldi. I'm buying loads of German delights.
Were they bin bags? Massive black bin bags.
and I'm buying this shit. It's in the trolley. I walk away.
Did you get some Wiener Schnitzel?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and then I always get that now. Every time I go, it's quite dear though. But I look at it, I'm like, yeah, and I just get it anyway. It's like
tasty. It's tasty.
I know, but then when you open it, you have to eat it and then eat it the next day because
no. When I had it, I just had both.
Yeah, but I get it, and then I fry 2 eggs and put them on top of it.
Oh, God. There's got to be more to the meal than that. It's not just Wiener Schnitzel and 2 fried eggs, is it?
Yeah, because I can't have... If I have, like, loads of bread, it fucks me up. It bloats me up, man. I have to
what
have,
about
like...
vegetables?
Nah, fuck that shit.
Why do you instantly... Do you have it by itself? Yeah, because I can't have bread. Because that's the default. That's the default accompaniment to all meat. It's just bread. Do you live in like the 1200s or something? All we've got is meat and bread. We don't have anything else.
We wouldn't have meat in the 1200s unless you were rich, bastard. No, but I don't treat it. Listen, I don't eat like a normal person. I don't have full meals. I just have like a bit of food and then a bit later. And then a bit later, I don't have like a dinner. It'll kill me. So I'm there with my Wiener Schnitzel and other shit I've bought. And I'm walking out of Aldi. And then I'm getting the shopping out of in the trolley into bags, yeah. This woman just walks up to me and goes, hello? And I'm like, hello? I'm thinking, what the fuck? And then I'm like, oh, maybe it's somebody who's recognised me, right? I says, do I know you? And she was like, you got £1? I was like, what? I said, no. And she went, only I need it for my bus fare. And I was like,
oh no.
I was like, what? Your bus fare? What? And then she's looking at the trolley because obviously there is £1 in the trolley because that's how you get the trolley. It's like
I'd have just put the trolley into the car.
And I went.
Just take
no.
it with you.
I says no.
What the fuck? What the hell?
So that was dead random. Did I don't even know what happened, but there you go. That's fucking
Was it
random.
yesterday or day before? No, I think it was the day before. I got into the... I left the hospital at like 9:30 or something. I got into the lift, because I mean, it's only 2 floors, but I was like, I ain't walking, fuck that. So I got into the lift.
That's terrible attitude.
I normally walk the stairs, but it was just late and I was tired and I couldn't be bothered. Got on the lift, I pressed the ground floor button. I always press the button to close the doors because I don't want to share the lift with no nutter. So I always try and get in before someone gets there. But someone caught it. This guy caught it. He stuck his hand in the lift doors as they were closing. And they closed on his hand. And he went... It's like, well, what the fuck did you do? The door's open again. He walks in. And I went, ground floor? And he goes, first. Okay, so press the first floor. I was thinking, why is he going to the first floor? At this time of night, what the fuck is he going to do? Get to the first floor.
What happens on the first floor?
He's just, by the way, there's only 2 floors. There's one's got the wards for the mums, and the other one's got the wards for the babies. That's it. It's like that's the whole thing. It's like, what's he going down there for? Okay, fine. He's staring at me the entire time, by the way, and not in like a kind of like a spaced out way, like an intense. I was facing the doors, he was facing the doors, but his head was turned, and he was just doing this. Like the entire time. I could see him in the corner of my eye just staring at the side of my face. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? I don't want to be in this lift with this guy. Oh, he's just getting off the floor. It gets to floor 1, the door's open, and he sticks his head out and he goes, didn't want this floor. He gets back in the lift. And I'm like, there's only 2 there's the ground floor, the first and the second. It's not fucking difficult. How do you not know what floor you want? Get down to the ground floor. Get out of the lift. He's behind me. Get to the doors leading out. He's still right behind me, like uncomfortably close as well. And I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And I get to the thing, and you have to hit the button on the side to get out at that time of night. You know, the automated doors don't work anymore. You've got to ask for permission to get in and out of the building.
So any staff members you've gone by at this point?
No, none of them. It's like, I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. We get outside, and as the doors open, I walk out. He goes, mate. I looked round, I was like, yeah.
Mate.
And he leaned in, and he looked at me really intently, he went, do I know you from somewhere? And I was just like, I was just thinking to myself, well, for anyone else, that would be a really simple question, wouldn't it? Because you'd just be like, no. And then you'd walk off. But legitimately, there could have been some nutter who I happened to bump into. Like, it could happen. You never know. You know, there's enough people watch the videos and send me shit over Steam and see what I do on Twitter that there's a tiny possibility that he might actually know.
People have seen me on my mountain bike. People have seen me on my mountain bike.
Yeah, so it's like it's not out of the realms of possibility. So I'm like, I don't think so. And then he looked a bit closer and went, "Oh no, you've got your hair isn't long enough." And he just turned around and walked off. It's like, what? Who the fuck is this guy?
Sure this
what the
real?
hell?
He didn't imagine
what is
this,
going on? I did see him today, and he seemed a lot more normal. He was with his missus, who looks like she has just had her baby, which makes sense as to why he was in the building. But he was just talking normally to her. But when he talked to me, he was like some sort of drug-addled nutcase, just like sitting there and just like
Adderall.
His eyes were properly wide, and he was just staring at me. And when you follow someone out of a building, typically you remain as like if you're both going out of the building, you're not going to walk side by side. That's weird because you don't know each other.
You lock arms.
If you're walking behind someone, you maintain a respectful distance, don't you? You don't walk like so that you're at risk of treading on the back of their feet when you're the only 2 people walking in that direction. You don't do that, but that's what he did. But then the next time I see him, he's just talking to his missus and he's absolutely fine, and he don't look like he's about to stab me in the face. What the fuck happened? That I almost wanted to go over and go, mate, were you all right? Like what? The other day, everything cool? You feeling better now? What was that about? But I didn't dare in case he went crazy. You know, he might have
had a shooter.
he might have had a shooter or a stabber or something. It's fucking weird. It's weird enough going through a hospital at that time of night anyway, when only they haven't got as many staff in, and there aren't people coming in and out all the time. You don't need some crazed nut job staring you down in a lift when it's like 9:30 in a hospital when there's no fucker about, and every door is locked as well. Every door is locked. You have to press a button on an intercom next to every single door to get through each door, and that puts you through to a ward where there's a camera where someone will see you and let you out. You don't want that, because if you can't get to the intercom and he's fucking stabbing you in the kidneys, you've had it, haven't you? You've had it. You ain't going to do nothing. You got
like a good old prison shank in the fucking dinner line.
Oh, it was creepy as... Oh, God.
He fashioned the shank out of dried toothpaste.
Dried toothpaste? Not even a toothbrush, toothpaste.
He wasn't allowed toothbrush because he fucking...
He was off his face.
He'd already stabbed someone with it. Where's this going? Ladies and gentlemen.
We're going. We're off. It's,
hey,
it's late.
I never called them chat. I didn't like... I don't think... Yeah, I think we were all right today.
I've lost track of what I'm supposed to say at this point. I don't even... I can't even remember what it is that I said.
Why is your Centurion on the very right hand side of your thing behind you with the last cannon looking at me? Look at him.
Where? What?
Look at him. Turn around and look. Turn
Which
around
one?
right now.
On the left? My left?
Turn right round. It's on your right now. On where your guitar is, the top of the guitar is like underneath him. He's there with his two last cannons. I see him.
He's threatening you, bud.
I see him. Why ain't he got grav amps? Because he's not a wanker. Is that why?
Well, and also I've got 3 other Centurions I need to put together. I love grav amps.
Nobody knows what we're talking about.
I'm just waiting on parts for those.
Oh yeah, did you see?
I've already butchered the shoulders. I've taken for something else.
I put the video on that. It's so late. That video on that channel, you know, the Unit Lost channel, on the mountain bike thing, on that course. You watched that one, right?
Yeah.
On one of the bends, where it sort of goes around, it looks like it's been made out of like gravel. The bend, like MOT, I think it's called, like because it's a purpose-built course. One time when I was going down there, this guy just, I was coming, like, what happens is you give people a gap. Like, because people queue up to go down it. You don't just go down at the same time because there's only space for one bike, isn't there? And everyone's at a different speed level. So someone's tanking it and somebody's like floundering. It's like, there could be an incident. So give people space. Anyway, this guy, he was quite old. He'd gone in front of me. I'd let him go for a bit. Then I started going down and I was pedaling like a crazy madman. And I could see him, like, I could feel myself getting close to this guy. And I'm like, I'm getting close to this guy, whatever. The guy, though, he must have looked around and seen me and started to like go into overdrive, but too much into overdrive, and he just went straight over. He just went like he come down the corner like this. He turned and just went straight off the edge, and I was like, I got to the edge and I stopped, right? Like I stopped and looked over the edge. He says, "You're right, mate." He was still on his bike, but he was like going down the fucking.
Oh my God!
It could have been.
That could have been bad. That sounds. Do you remember that video ages ago of? It was. I can't remember. Don't think it was the Tour de France. It was another bike race where there was a descent that had a U-turn at the bottom. It was like one of those winding roads that goes down a hill, and that fucking cyclist goes down at like an insane speed.
Yeah, and he just blasts into the
Well, he slams into a support car, like at full speed. And he goes flying over the edge, and then he just disappears off the edge of the thing.
He's gone.
And I'm just... But when you look at it, I was just thinking to myself, all the other cyclists are like slowing down. You know, they might lock up, but they're all slowing down. This guy, he just goes for it. He just goes mentally. He's like, oh, fuck it, I can make that. And at the last second, he brakes and tries to turn, and just succeeds in wiping himself across the bonnet of this car, and then just flies off.
There's a downhill mountain bike race called the Kamikaze, and you do speeds of like it's just
it sounds promising. Sign me up.
You do speeds of like 50 to 60 mile an hour going downhill.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I mean, I've done like 30 odd, and that's crazy, especially on a mountain bike. I've done more than that on a road bike, but that's a bit different. I mean, a road bike you could go faster on anyway, but I mean,
you're not liable to fall off a hill and die on a road bike, are you?
The crazy thing about road bikes is, though, and this is my parting thought,
wisdom.
The only protection you wear is a helmet.
Yeah, so I suppose the rest of you get it
You
by,
have
by
lycra
a
on.
truck.
You basically have lycra on. You may as well have your swimming trunks on and nothing else because you're just going to get wrecked. And like the road rash damage I've seen on people is unbelievable. Like when they go off and it's yeah, mountain bikers have
like
got
tarmac
armor on.
Proper tarmac burns.
Yeah,
just melt you. Ugh,
just
God.
rip you straight to the bone, like chisel off a bit of your kneecap.
Chisel it off. It's like a surgical procedure.
We're going. You should get a bike and come with me.
I think I might need a bit of exercise before I do that.
No, it's downhill.
Yeah, apart from the bits where you got to cycle up the hill to get to the downhill bit.
No, yeah,
it's not all downhill. That's not how physics and stuff works, is it? All of it's downhill.
But, no disrespect to the other people, but there's some right fat bastards who do it, right? Because they just push the bike up the hill and then just go downhill.
I'm not doing
and
that.
Then push it back.
That's bitch behaviour.
Crazy.
And is it?
If you fall over, you could break your neck and die.
It is totally fitting that SKYPE has collapsed. Oh no, there we go. It's been shit all. It's been shit all the way through. But just then, like that last sentence off you were stuck like this.
I need to go to bed. I'm destroyed.
Don't forget to send me the audio before you do. Anyway, we're off. We're off, ladies and gentlemen. We're going. We'll be back next week. And I mean, if we end up recording this late every time, Hotfix is just going to descend into madness. So enjoy it whilst it lasts. And we'll.
Do you want me to roll a die? That's how I live my life.
Hang on.
What's happened? I'm rolling a die. I'm rolling a die. What are you doing?
I can't hold it any longer.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. It's a 3.
That's only a glancing shot. We'll see you next time, ladies and gentlemen.
What? 3? What the fuck? Mind you, if it was AP1, it would be because it'd 2 to the result, wouldn't it? So it'd be a 5.
Against AV11 as well.
Yeah.
Go away.
It's now a 5. Is it? Have you stopped recording? Stop recording. Have you stopped?